Hello there everyone, my name is Crazy Caleb and welcome to Match Refereeing. Now, I would like to give you a fair warning for this one. This one has some very weird sounds to these, just as a heads up. But this module is all about describing sounds. All of them are actually pretty easy to describe, per se, or most of them are anyways. And what's going to happen here is we're going to be trying to figure out who won the match and who lost the match. Now we're going to be going through 3 different stages, and this module actually is fairly straightforward with what it asks you to do. So, what's going to happen here is, on this module, you can see a spaceship named the Metamo Arc, as well as multiple planets. In this case, we've got these 2 guys right here, floating around. So pressing the Metamo Arc, in this case, when you highlight over it, will have like the moon icon right there, and that's going to send out a sonar, which will make you hear how the meteors match between the planets acted out. You will hear the annihilation theme of the planets that lost from last place to first place, and you will also hear the winning theme of the planets that are still standing. And in this case, as you can see here, what we have here is we have the losing sounds, in this case represented by the red, and the green sounds represented by the green, and the winning sounds represented by the green. So, if we take a listen here, it may sound something like that. So, that's going to be what we're going to take a look at. Now, as far as I'm aware, these kind of just represent the description of the sound, but in this case, I would highly recommend you use the interactive for this. So let's take a look and let's see what we can do here. Now, one of the important things is that you will also hear the winning theme of the planet that is still standing, and know that you'll hear the themes of the first and second place planets at the exact same time. So in this case, there's only 2 planets that are going to be that are on the module currently right now. So in this case, we're going to be hearing both of these themes at the exact same time when we send out the sonar. Now, one thing that we need to pay attention to is, however, your sonar is rusty and is yet to be repaired and may not function as intended. There is the possibility that you'll hear the outcome of a different match between other planets. Disregard it and use your sonar again. So in this case, you want to make sure that you check for both A, the winning sound, and B, the losing sound, because you want to make sure that they actually both sound the exact same. This could be a completely different match, and we could just be actually getting a bad sonar. I don't really know why this function exists. It's a bit weird, but at the same time, it does make the module a bit interesting. Note that these other matches will have at least one planet not displayed on the module who participated. That's going to be the key there, because you could potentially have one of these guys participating here. You could have this little Saturn guy participating in a match, but it could just not be this red planet over here. It could be someone completely and totally different. And what we're going to essentially do here is we're going to press a planet to annihilate it. You must press them in the order they lost the match. Pressing a planet that isn't supposed to be annihilated at that time will make you responsible for the death of a whole civilization. You should feel bad, and a strike will incur. Do that for 3 different matches, each having 1 more planet participating than the previous. So in this case, we're going to have 2 for this one, we're going to have 3 for the next, and 4 for the last. And you will not be held responsible for the death of those who lost. The following pages will help you figure out which planet is which. You will find their name, look, winning, right, and annihilation left theme, as well as the name of the themes. In this case, these are the names. So let's take a listen, let's take a look, and let's see what we can do here. So we've got these 2 facing off against each other. So let's listen. I hear bum bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. Is that the winning theme for Megadom? So in this case, that is the winning theme for Megadom. Now, I heard a scream in the other bit of the module here. Is this potentially the Hall of Horrors? Yes, it is. So in this case, what we have determined here is that Gel lost, and Megadom won in this case. So now we're going to annihilate the planets that lost, in this case, you. And now we're going to head into the next stage. So now we have currently 3 planets that are facing off against each other. So what's going to happen here now is, because of the fact that we only hear the first and second second place planets at the exact same time, we're going to hear one theme on its own, by itself completely. Then we're going to hear the 2 themes mashed up together. So now what's going to happen here is you will hear the annihilation theme of the planets that lost from last place to first place. So the one that we hear first is not the first place, it is the 3rd place. So it's the one that loses first. So let's take a listen. And first things we've got Suburbion, we have Thernova, and we've got Medio. Okay. And let's take a listen to just kind of hear how they sound first. Okay, so that gives us an idea of what we're kind of listening for. And let's take a listen. Okay, I believe Suburbion is third. And I think it's safe to say that Medio lost. So Medio is going to be our second, and I believe Thurnova was our first. Let me just hear how the losing sound for Planet Medio sounds. Yeah, that sounds like what I heard. And for Suburbion, this should be the first one. Yep. And then the winning theme. Yep. So now, this is where order is actually important for this module here. We have to essentially annihilate them in the order that they lost. So in this case, third place gets rid of first, and second place gets rid of second. And just like that, we're good to go. It will immediately give you a strike if you happen to eliminate a wrong planet. So now we have 4 planets now. So this is going to be a bit interesting. So let's take a listen. First things first, let's find our icons. We have Yuge. We have Freeze with an A, of course. Cavius, and where's that one that looks like a bubble? Bubble. Okay, go figure. And let's have a listen to how each of these sound. Okay. Okay. So each of them have definitely different unique sounds. Let's take a listen to our sonar here. I believe this was our first one that lost. Yeah, so Yuge is fourth. I believe I heard the third one was this one. Yeah, I want to say you were third. And then it's going to be between you two. I need to remember the themes again, but let's just make sure. Yeah, that one's definitely fourth. Yeah. That's second. And this one is going to be first. And this one should be what we were. Yep. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to click the fourth, we're going to click the third, and we're going to click the second. And just like that is a solved module. It's a bit of a weirder one to do. It's not too hard to understand, and it's not too hard to do, but definitely hearing those sounds kind of back to back might sound a little chaotic, and it might take a little bit to get used to. But but all themes, as far as I'm aware, are fairly distinct enough to actually be able to be heard, and they shouldn't be really too hard to kind of deduce with one another. Though definitely on a voice element, they are going to be very hard to describe. I will be 100% honest with you. But yeah, we did not run into a case where the sonar was rusty. Even if it was rusty, we can just play it again freely. There's no problem with it. So as you can see, I can click it multiple times, no strikes whatsoever. So let's go into one more example here. I'm going to go through this one a little bit quicker, and that just gives you an idea of what we're looking at here. So we have Medio again, and we have Megadon.
There is only one perfect solution, but there are clues that will try to trick our
listen.
team.
Okay, Medio, I think, is winning here. Yeah. Yep, I can definitely hear that. So, in this case, Megadon was the one who lost, so we therefore annihilate that planet. Goodbye. Let's take a look at our second stage here. We've got the Fire Cube Hotted in this case, and we have Freeze once again, and now we have Granus. We have not heard Granus before. Definitely can distinct that from one another. Yeah. What ends with that? Let's listen to it again. We know that for a fact Hot had lost. That was pretty easy one. That was pretty easy one to hear. Yeah. Oh, that might have been actually a different match. Yeah, that definitely sounded completely different. Okay, so I believe this one was the first, and this one is the second. So in this case, that did sound like everything that we had here. So in this case, this is third, this is second, and therefore we're good to go. Okay, let's take a look at our last one here. We have you, you, and where's the last one? Yeah, zero. Okay, let's take a look at these two that we haven't seen before. Excuse me, three. Okay. Okay. All right. I believe I heard Florius was first. That's what I heard. Definitely back there. So let's take a listen to some of these other losing sounds. Okay. And then let's take a listen. Yeah, so you're fourth. You sound like you're third. And you sound like you're second. Okay. I think we heard all the sounds. I think this one was, yep, that was fourth. That was third, and then this one was the second one. So in this case, we've got fourth here, we've got third, and we have second. And just like that is a solid possible. Bit of a weird sound, and as you can see here, that fourth stage can be very tricky to just process all of it because sometimes as far as I'm aware, I think these songs kind of can mesh with each other, especially with the way that they sound. But it's overall not too hard of a module to understand and do, though granted, it can still be a bit tricky from time to time. As always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay crazy, stay cool, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.